Are you getting tricked into what's hip? Are you getting faked into the baked? Seriously, folks. I've mentioned recently about certain foods people need to pay attention to. And one of the fight backs I get are the reasons why people consume gluten or why they choose different forms of gluten and thinking one is better than the other. And so Spirit was saying this morning, gluten is gluten is gluten, Sandy. And although I don't really have a gluten intolerance, I just know that the gluten is unhealthy because the wheat, the barley, the rye, and the oats have been GMO'd and are crazy in the chemical system of the body. Your body's constantly fighting this foreign invader that we think of filler in food. Indeed. So bread came about and was fed to people to slop up their gravy because most people didn't eat 3-course meals. They ate meals in bowls and they were still hungry. So bread was given to help fill people up so they'd go back out and work in the farm fields and other things. And some people just naturally put bread on the table because that's the way they were raised, or the parents were raised, or the grandparents were raised, etc. So you get accustomed to what it is that you're being served, and you yourself then serve it up. Because how could you go against your ancestors, right? God forbid that you stop, drop, sit, become aware, and connect that, oh, these dots don't necessarily match up. And my body has been telling me for a long time, there's a puffy problem here. There's a bloated, puffy problem called inflammation. So then let's go back to, what was it, about 2010, 2015, somewhere in there. Massive gluten-free foods came out. Gluten-free, gluten-free. People just started stuffing their face. I can eat more because it's a gluten-free cookie. Yay. And what was happening there was more bloating, more discomfort, more inflammation because the gluten was taken out, my friends. Sugar was added in, and then other floury so-called substitutes like corn. And all corn is a lectin and GMO'd and sprayed like hell. Indeed, my friends. So now fast forward, we've got gluten-free pasta, we've got gluten-free this, we've got gluten-free that, we've got all kinds of things made from beans. Beans are also lectins. Indeed, my friends. Lectins you need to look up. They're foreign invaders in the body. They become foreign invaders in the body. And then the body tries to invade the foreign invader. And there's just this constant battle that is going on internally within all of your systems that make up the immunity of the body. Yeah. So be aware of what it is you're replacing, what you're replacing it with. Why are you replacing it? Do you actually need to replace it, or can you just do without it? Gluten's in peanut butter. Huh? That's so weird. You know how much sugar's in peanut butter? That's so weird. So I do try to find the stores that grind right in the store, where I can see that peanut or that almond or that cashew go in there and come out, and I just get small amounts because I know it goes bad quickly. So we have to protect it because it doesn't have any preservatives in it or additives in it or other things in it. I didn't see somebody up there with the salt shaker and the little bit of flour, putting it in there, try to put fillers in there so they can charge you more per ounce. When I was a kid, I want to say it had to be late 60s. I had a dream, and in the dream I woke up going, no preservatives, no preservatives, no preservatives. I'm probably 10 years old at the time. I don't know what a preservative is. My mother cooked foods from its wholeness. We didn't have bread and butter on the table, even though she was raised on a farm and they made homemade breads and she ate it based on the bowl or the plate that you had to slop up your food because you worked the farm, you went to school, you didn't sit around and watch TV, you were active, constantly active. So none of the 16 were ever overweight. 16 children. Yeah, somebody was doing something right there. So anywho, my mom didn't buy frozen meals. We didn't even start getting frozen meals until I was probably around 10, and it was only on Sundays when we all went to church. My dad did not go to church, and he would put TV dinners, Swanson TV dinners in the oven, so we could all come home and have a meal because we would be very hungry because my mom wouldn't be there to cook. But other than that, we didn't have frozen foods. We didn't have a lot of ice creams. Charlie Chip was out, so we had potato chips and things come in because grocery stores at the time weren't really carrying a lot of variety, and my mom didn't buy much of it. And when we did, it was only small amounts packed in our lunches. But she did always buy whole grain bread. She did not go for Wonder White, ever. And I never liked bread as a kid. When my mom would make pasta, I never really liked the pasta and the red sauce. It just didn't sit well with me, but sometimes I just was forced to eat it. But anywho, fast forward to now when we have preservative alert, warning, warning, Will Robinson, don't consume the preservatives because it's in everything. And what we're finding out 30, 40 years later is the havoc that it wreaks within the body. Just like the gluten. The gluten's a problem, so how do these companies make you a replacement? And how do they add all this stuff in there so they can get it to semi-taste like this over here that isn't good for you? So let me replace it with something that doesn't have what that has in it, but then has a whole lot of other stuff that still isn't good for you. It still isn't good for you. I'm telling you. They're going to find in another 10, 20 years the havoc that the replacement food has on your body. When my mother converted to Seventh-day Adventist, they all ate replacement foods. And my mom went on a year kick where she was buying canned soy gluten and frying it up to try to make it taste like a burger. And I used to say, if you don't eat it, why are you replacing it? Why is it fake? I mean, this is how wise I was. I was always wise, by the way. Always wise. I get in trouble as being a wise ass because I always asked questions. I'm an inquisitive person. But to an adult who doesn't want to answer or doesn't have all the answers, who wants you just to stop, let's just say, make you feel like your questions aren't important. So, I never understood it. Even now, you've got all this fake stuff coming out, substitute eggs and substitute this and blah, blah, blah. If it doesn't work for you, damn it, omit it from your system. I guarantee you, you'll get over the addiction. And you may have some detox pulling of the cells going on, but you will feel better after you've let it go. Now, like I said, I don't have a gluten intolerance or an irritable bowel, but I will find when I have consumed maybe one of the fresh bagels that I love from a store down the street, or I've had a muffin or some cake. That's where I will save my gluten for. Oh, indeedy. Everyone else needs to chow down on bread and can't do without the noodles and things like that. My sisters are like that. They crave it. Remember, those kinds of carbs feed the brain. So maybe my brain is already full. So I don't crave that. But whatever it is, I will notice I will get bowel inflammation. I'll just get bloated. I'll feel like I'm PMSed or pregnant. So then I'm like, oh yeah, something's happening. I did it to myself. I participated. I blessed it. I've had enough. Quota done. Take a break. Be with it. So if you are replacing something, wanting to omit something and replacing it, please be aware. Buyer awareness. Pay attention to what it is that you're replacing it with. And is it a healthy source? If you're giving up sugar, are you actually taking on real honey? And is your honey local? Is it giving you the antibiotics? Is it giving you the antihistamines or whatever it is you need to develop anti-allergy stuff? Is it fortifying the body, or does it have a lot of filler in there? I have never been a fan of stevia. I've never been a fan of any of those. They don't taste good to me. I don't like them. I've had people involved with those for over 20 some years. I don't like it. And my body doesn't like it. So I ask my body, is this what you want right now? Are you going to enjoy this? And if you enjoy it, is there going to be a repercussion later? And if you do, then participate in it, knowing that that's a fact that can occur, and accept the fact that you participated in it. Okay, don't beat yourself. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I knew I should have done that. Stop the coulda, shoulda, wouldas, folks. Just either do it or don't do it, and bless whatever it is you choose. Make the choices that are for the highest service of you now and for the highest service of you moving forward. Because whatever you do right here, right now, sets you up for the next moment. And some things are very pivotable. Maybe I can get my whole mouth to move today. I haven't been talking a whole lot the last couple days since I've come back from Zoology Festival, and I am just I'm just acclimating and calibrating myself. So, yeah, a little weeble wobble, little words coming out wrong, but we need to really learn how to be a better adaptable with all the changes that are occurring right here, right now, on the surface and deep under the surface. It's all there, and it's in plain sight if you tune into how you feel about things. My motto always is less is more, less is more, less is more. What about love, Sandy? How can you overlove? Oh, you can. You can come at somebody with a cup of love, and to them, it's swamp water. You're strangling them. You're drowning them with too much. Okay? So you can overlove. So reel things back and bring things into balance, and learn how to balance the love within yourself. Learn how to balance that with integrity and authenticity. So you're not pouring out fake love. Because, oh my God, could I see that spilling out? I see that spill out, and my little hairy, spiky, intuitive feelers are like, yeah, felt that. That wasn't sincere. And those are what I call my truth antennas. So anywho, and I do those by my feelers, because everything I do, live and breathe, is how I feel and how I intercept and receive information. And if I receive partial information, I stay quiet until I receive more information on it, and then decide if I need to make a comment or make a change, or I need to pivot left or right, or just stay put or exit stage left immediately. So get in tune with what it is that you're eating. Ask your body, what do I need in this moment that would fortify every cell in my body and allow it to harmonize and to get into homeostasis and balance for the highest vibrational health that I can offer myself. And breathe in the water from the air and the nutrients from the air, and ask for the pure oxygen as much as possible to come in and through, and to bring out that beautiful carbon dioxide that doesn't serve you, but it serves the trees and the shrubs and the plants. That's their oxygen. So look at it as this beautiful exchange that is happening. And slow your roll a little bit and sit yourself down. Connect with that beautiful breath, that mind, that heart. Get some synergy, get some coexistence going on so that you can create something better for you in the now that creates something better for the now around you moving forward. And allow your body to decongest. Stop popping all these things to stop stuff from happening, my friends. Let your body do what it's supposed to do. It's a filtration system. It takes something in, it needs to respond, and you're like, you gotta take something. Maybe just stop eating for a day or two, unclog the drains, sip on some hot water. Sure, you can add lemon and ginger to it. You could take cayenne, you could do whatever you choose. But maybe just slow your roll and just allow the filtration system of your body to do what it automatically does, instead of reaching for things to supplement or to halt and stop its natural process. So the next time something comes up, it's like, oh, I thought she was going to give me antihistamine. Oh, I thought she was going to give me a decongestant. Oh, I thought she was going to do this. This is what the pattern is. So your body begins to understand the pattern. So as you're stopping the patterns and dumping the old programs, remove yourself from wanting to go to them, override, and see if you can get your body to reset its inner self, its inner clock. And trust, it will. It may take a few days, depending on how long you've been supplementing with prescription, non-prescription, whatever it is that you do. And know that you're not sick. Your body is just decongesting from all the stuff that you're taking in. And you're taking in stuff every microsecond of every moment. Yeah. So be kinder to yourself. You'll find you're kinder to others, and you're more tolerant and understanding and loving towards the acceptance of what is occurring in this moment. All right? So have a fabulous day. Please like, subscribe, share, leave me a comment, and I'll see y'all on the next video.